Well, it's Friday morning again, so it's another new release day. Today's movie, Robin Hood. I've got some fellow filmmakers, dragged them out of bed so we can watch the movie and review it for you and let you know, is it worth it or is it not?
Well, I'm a hit and miss fan of Ridley Scott, and I don't really like Russell Crowe, but when both of them get together and they work really well, you get Gladiator.
I have high hopes, but I'm expecting another Gladiator, unfortunately.
Big fan of Ridley Scott, so I'm really excited about this movie. And I haven't seen Cate Blanchett and Russell Crowe in a movie for a while, so I'm really excited.
I thought that Maximus died at the end of Gladiator, but I guess Ridley Scott's writing him back in, and he put him like 1,000 years later. Called him Robin Hood.
So, Robin Hood. It's gonna be pretty awesome, I hope. Although I really wanted to see it back when it was called Nottingham, and Russell Crowe was gonna be fighting, like playing against Christian Bale. But this one, fuck yeah, I'm down. Bring it on.
It was very technically proficient. I don't know why it needed to be made. There wasn't that many differences. I don't even care if it was historically more accurate. That was interesting, but I don't know that the film needed to be made.
I enjoyed it. I thought that it was a lot of fun, a bit long and dragged out in parts, but I also did not know that it was a prequel film. So it's like Robin Hood Begins.
I thought it dragged at the beginning. I did know it was a prequel, but I didn't feel that it really was a prequel until about 2/3 of the way in.
I was enthralled. I went for the ride the whole time. I enjoyed everything that was there. I really enjoyed the movie.
Entertaining, not what I expected, better than what I expected, not as good as Gladiator though, but fun, not Academy Award winning, but fun.
Well, since I thought it was going to be total shit, I liked it. I expected a 2.5-hour movie, and I expected to be bored a lot, and I was not ever bored, and it actually kind of flew by really quick. And I will tell you who will be an Oscar nominee again: Cate Blanchett.
The problem with Cate Blanchett as a nominee, I mean, we're talking about May. And you know, most of those nominees are around that Thanksgiving to the end of the year, so it needs to be a really stellar performance.
I think she did well, but I don't think she deserved it. Well, not that she didn't deserve it, but she was nominated twice for the same role after she won the first time. So I don't think this is going to be that much different. Again, it was well acted and everything, but I don't know, it wasn't that much different than everything else I'd seen.
The acting I did not think was very good.
And I disagree completely. Problem that you run into with Russell Crowe is oftentimes his ego gets in the way and he becomes larger than everyone else in the movie. I mean, this is not an Oscar film. She won't be nominated. Nothing to do with her performance. She was a woman in a time period where women knew the deal and they did the deal. And she was the boss and she was in charge.
As we watched it, I was thinking how, even though she had to sort of succumb to certain of the male guidelines, I still felt like she was an empowered woman, and I think it's really good for women to have these kind of roles in Hollywood.
The only character who looked like the actor was trying to step out was Prince John, King John.
I liked him a lot, maybe because he was really yummy, but I thought he was great.
Really
and
curly, greasy.
Oh, he was so yummy. Where is he from?
They so needed to kill him so fast.
He's supposed to be the pompous ass, so he pulled off being the pompous ass run to the litter.
Every up-and-coming king, the guy behind the king, is always whiny.
Isn't that why we liked Alan Rickman as the sheriff in Prince of Thieves?
The doofus King John turning into the asshole King John, but I was remembering Gladiator when the Joaquin Phoenix character did the shift because his father liked.
We've already seen that character, that's the problem.
Everybody else, because of the way Ridley makes his movies with that slow pace, you see why it is they're doing what they're doing. I didn't see him making any tactical or strategic decisions based on who he is.
Right.
But I think that's not true, because I mean, even his final thing where his decision to like make Robin Hood the outlaw was because of who he was, because he was a jealous, dick.
We never see how he became that. I mean, from scene 1, he's kind of a jerk. Why?
What I would have liked to have seen is that they're setting it up. Show it. Show him putting on the hood, him getting, oh, here comes this like taxation cart, and they're gonna rob it, and because there's no indication about him stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I mean, there's that one scene. One time he robs some people and he just gives back seed, but after that, there's like, oh, we're robbing of the hood.
Well, but that's kind of Ridley Scott's style. I mean, the thing that I enjoyed about this film, Ridley Scott-esque, is that he takes his time with the movie, with the plot, letting things develop at a slow, natural pace. And if you buy into liking the characters, you enjoy watching them go through and discover stuff.
Well, one thing we haven't touched on is I liked Mark Addy.
That the minute we walk in and it's Mark Addy, I felt a little giddy.
He wasn't just a man of the cloth. Like he drank and he probably fornicated a bit, which is cool. His fat dudes need love too.
The other bit of acting that I really liked from Mark Addy was the threat Russell Crowe makes.
Oh yeah.
You know, I will give away that thing you care about.
Right.
Okay, let's conspire. Fine, I'm loyal.
One of the few scenes where somebody was questioned, their loyalty was questioned to Robin Hood, and they kind of win each other over. You don't really see that with a lot of the other characters.
It's not like he was like a general in the war, under the king. He was just a talented archer.
Right. That was a great moment of, building, two characters building trust in each other.
Just the battles in general, I kind of felt like we've seen it, and it's cool and they do it well, and I always think, God, how many people it takes to make this movie, to build the sets and wrangle the extras and and choreograph this, and I give them props, but I feel like I was kept thinking to Lord of the Rings battle, and I kept going, God, Lord of the Rings battle slays this battle.
This film was surprisingly non-violent, and it just felt like there's a bunch of things that will be added in on the unrated director's cut.
It's interesting to think about that. I think the PG-13 did come into play here because Ridley Scott would make it bloody. I mean, everything he's done is much more bloody. Plus, it allows a sequel and more families to go see it, and the sequel will be equally.
It's funny when I was watching it, I was thinking, this ain't your mama's Robin Hood, so I don't know why they were worried about a PG-13 rating, because you're still not taking your kid to see this. It's not a family movie.
Well, maybe you're not, but there's the whole middle of the country. That they only get out once in a while, and it's summertime, so they'll go see it.
And that was for Middle America.
It was.
Right.
I don't know that I recommend seeing it in the theater. This is a movie that I will buy the DVD as soon as the director's cut comes out. This was an excellently crafted piece of work. It's Ridley Scott doing what he does well.
Go see it in the theater and go expect to have fun. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it fun? Yes.
Definitely go see it in the theater.
I'd say go see it in theaters. It's definitely a fun summer epic.
I didn't like it because there wasn't enough new stuff for me. I love historical fiction movies. This one didn't switch it up enough for me, but I think other people will like it. So yeah, everyone else, go to the theater and see it. I just didn't like it.
Well, I'm gonna say you should go see it. I think it was a lot of fun, and maybe it's because I didn't expect a lot from it, so I went in and got way more than I ever bargained for. But the acting is very solid, very good, for the most part very subtle, which is hard to do in these kind of movies. And I think it is a summer movie, and I think that you'll have fun seeing it. You should have saw it with us. What are you doing?
Well, I don't get invites from you at all, ever. She doesn't love me.
How many times a day do I play?
This is the fourth time I've begged to be here, and the only reason that I got to be here is because my wife said, Jen, if Keith doesn't get to do this, we're not going to be speaking anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I DM'd her just now, and she didn't reply, didn't say come, nothing. No response at all, ever.
You're now part of the round table.
I plan on seeing Robin Hood probably this weekend, actually tomorrow, because it's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.